Okay.
Oh, the corny kid, right?
No, I did not say that. Misquoted for sure. No, you did not hear me say. I said we used to make fun of the name, but yeah, he is.
So what's up? What's up? Yeah.
That head nod. You know you gotta shit up. But come on, isn't that what you worked hard for?
To be able to shit on people. Did he even shit on her? He brought something to the table.
He banned shit. And he thing about it is he not like he walked away. He handled the interview properly. He answered her. He didn't seem standoffish. And also towards the end, she also said, "Oh, you're not corny anymore." Now, I fuck with L'Oreal. You feel me? Because she does Beauty and the Beast with Wax, who's also good friends with Charlamagne the God, big Charlamagne the God fan. So I know of her character. So apparently she didn't say that. It was her podcast host, Dominican Barbie, I think. I don't really know her name, but she stood by it. She stood 10 toes behind her comments. What's your whole thoughts on that before we get to the Joe Budden thing?
That she stood by
on that
it?
whole comment.
Joe Budden or
no? Oh no, just the whole corny and having the people going crazy about that.
I think that two things can be true. I could think that could he possibly have done some corny things to the population that he was around? He was in Newark, New Jersey. If you know anything about Newark, New Jersey, you're like, all right, it's not a lot of niggas out there is trying to be actors. So they said shit like him coming to school with headshots, or you said there was the video that circulated of him doing the rap song with the white girl in the green dress. Like there definitely was probably some moments where he definitely made some questionable decisions. But at the same time, this nigga was on the fucking wire. He was in like hardball. He was in some shit where it's like, all right, my nigga, I might be moving differently, but I am different. I'm not going to be stuck here type shit. So it's like, yo, it could be corny because you don't really see people doing those certain things, or like the actions of it might not fit into like where he's from. But at the same point, he was not like he was just like the type of person like, I'm going to be an actor but not having nothing to show with it. You feel me? And he could have actually been a corny kid. They could have had something. He wasn't hood. He wasn't street. He had ambitions and goals. And I think that that's something that's like I said, it's a sensitive subject for me because I'm like, I've been called corny before, and I can admit I could do some, like I could, in my sense of the words corny, like, you make corny jokes or corny references just to like be funny or shit like that. But in the sense of
that's why I want to know. I want to know what is corny, because like I've seen the debates on Twitter about why he's corny, and this tweet I'm about to, because it got a lot of a lot of views and retweets. This one girl said that he doesn't have any edge. He just looks responsible. He looks like he knows where his birth certificate at.
Yeah.
Is that corny? Because I know where my birth certificate at. Like, what you fucking with niggas that don't have their certifications?
Corny stability. Because it's like society makes it seem like you need an edge. Think about all the movies. Who were the cool guys? It wasn't the guys that came from the 2-parent households that got good grades and were home or had a curfew and shit. It was the kids that was driving cars at 16 and buying beer and drinking beer, smoking cigarettes, leather jackets. It was a lot of like
getting kicked out, suspended.
Yeah, fighting. There was a lot of that. So I think that, but it was something that I think every person, especially black people, saw. If you were a little different or you didn't fit the norm of struggling youth, always in trouble, did what was cool, would come to school, like leave school to get McDonald's or some wild shit like that. You had the whip. You was he was openly known you was having sex with different girls and shit like that. Like that was corny. If you were safe, if you were comfortable, and then tied in like the Bernice Burgos shit, the shit we was talking about earlier, is like, yo, well, I was corny then, but now I'm popping. Now all the bitches want me. So, am I truly corny, or were you corny for your mindset and your logic? I also didn't appreciate the rhetoric of like, yo, son, like, people really was like, oh, that was corny how he came out. Like, how did he come at her? Because I'm guaranteed, it's a lot of people that's definitely, if they had a chance to, if they grew up and ran into people that talked about them in high school or some even middle school or college or whatever, they'd be, oh, yeah, what's up with y'all hollers? Remember back in the day? Like, yeah, you didn't fuck with me. Like, one thing I can stay 10 toes down, even though people call me corny, it's like, yo, it was never like a reflection on myself, and I didn't take it that way. And at the same point, it was like, yo, we deaded that already. We became friends. We had our bonding moments. I don't care anymore. But if you was really a dick, I'll definitely let you know. If I was up and you was over here having to do something, like, yo, you used to talk shit. How are you over here doing X, Y, and Z?
Exactly.
Or like the girls, you so nice, it's so sweet, I like you, but he needs me right now. All right, bitch, look at you now, and look at me now.
And this is exactly what I'm going to say. For those women on social media trying to, I want to put this in a nice way.
Fuck it, we in a toxic session. We are in the end game now.
Them women condoning the whole corny aspect.
Y'all we still fucking.
This is why certain guys are telling y'all have poor choices of men. Because then these are the guys that you try to settle with after the dust settles and when the new hoes come around. Yep. And you wondering why them niggas don't want to cuff y'all.
You want to laugh?
What?
Corny to men, or corny to, like, a corny man to a girl is a good girl to a guy. Think about that.
Exactly.
Like the good girl, pretty on paper, like cute, got a job, got shit together, not ghetto, not a bird, maybe can't dance, big ass, maybe, but all right. You're already, I don't want to say complete, but you don't need me, for lack of better words, right?
Yep.
So it's like,
and you know how to communicate. You come with some structure. You come with expectations. You know how to handle yourself well. You're not combative.
Yeah, like I see you, shorty, but I'm a.
When you start hearing those sounds, you know spring is coming. And with the Home Depot's countdown to spring, now is the time to get ready with savings in every aisle. Like Bigro Premium Wood Mulch with a new lower price of 3 bags for just $10. Fight weeds, maintain soil moisture, and give your walkways, flower beds, and lawn a well-detailed look with red, brown, or black mulch. Make the most of the season with savings on all your spring projects at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Offer valid in store only March 5th through May 17th. Color selection varies by store. Limit 60 bags per customer while supplies last.
Go with the headache.
You know.
So
that's my major thing, because it's kind of like it sends the wrong message, because it's like, you know, growing up we always say Nick Cannon was corny, and I always had to look back at Nick Cannon, and I look back at him. I look back at his life. Besides the rapper, because he is not a great rapper. We could sit here and agree on this. Rapping wise, besides Gigolo, I don't know what the fuck Nick Cannon was doing. But outside of that, bro, created a platform, hosted a lot of shows, was the head of the Team Nick, did a whole bunch, has a bunch of businesses,
put a lot of people on,
helped numerous. Kevin Hart has said Nick Cannon has paid for his rent while he was in LA trying to make it out. And there's plenty of stories of Nick Cannon helping a lot of people out and didn't expect nothing from them. And he has smashed. This is probably not supposed to be a strike because this might be fucking misogynistic, but he has smashed some. His jersey's up there.
His hit list is immaculate.
If you know his jersey. He has some of the ones that y'all over here modeling yourself after. And I never understood why he got called corny.
He got called corny because of persona. He was happy, smiling, wasn't a thug, wasn't outside. And that's the thing.
I want my daughter, bring that. If I have a daughter, bring that corny nigga home. I accept that, Russell Wilson. And also, speaking of Russell, because we're going to talk about Ciara, the only reason why niggas was on Russell Wilson was more so on Ciara. Given her dating history, we saw like, and you propping Russell Wilson up, it was kind of like, this is exactly what niggas got on Ciara about. You was over here dating a bunch of Pookies and Ray Rays, aka 50 Cent, and them niggas. But now you settle down with Russell Wilson, and now you try to create this whole image. And it's kind of like, bro, you wasn't going after a nigga like Russell Wilson during your heyday.
Yeah, when you felt you was it, you was trying to get you another person that was it on top. That nigga Russell Wilson in his bad season just signed for $250 million. Like.
And now you're trying to parade, and that's why niggas was on her case, was like, you wasn't giving a nigga like Russell Wilson after you got done up by Future and shit. And that's what guys have, and this is what I talked about in pre-production. Women, we understand that you never want to be a second fiddle. You always want to feel like y'all hold that special place in a guy's heart. You always want to be number one. Hey, newsflash. Guys don't want to feel like the second fiddle, even though sometimes we do feel like it.
Sometimes you gotta take that. Sometimes you gotta take that. 100%.
Yeah, sometimes when you do get that retired city girl, and she was a little bopper in the past, but now you got her. You know that you probably wasn't the initial guy that she wanted to be with. But hey, you know that you give her what she needs now, so you have to take that on the chin. But hey, us guys don't want to feel like the second fiddle. We don't want to feel like we've been settled to.
Oh,
unless you're like the creme of the creme, then it's like cool.
I'm about to say,
But
like, all right, Rihanna, you done with ASAP? Fine, I guess.
you feel me? But for the most part, niggas don't want to feel settled too. Like we have our pride and ego as well. We don't want to feel like you just settled and just took me because I was just the only